It sounds like something that maybe only the scholars can do. Only Sheikh Mahmoud does that, right? It sounds like a big project to get through the tafsir from cover to cover. But if we set a schedule, let's look at what would happen if we set a schedule for ourselves with a small goal on a daily basis. In some of the prints in Arabic, Tafsir ibn Kathir is 4 volumes. And each volume is about 400 pages. Okay? So that's approximately 1,600 pages. I think in English it's a little bit longer than that. But in Arabic that would be approximately 1,600 pages. So let's say that we set a goal for ourselves to read 10 pages a day. It's a small goal. It wouldn't take more than 15, 20, 30 minutes a day to read 10 pages a day. If we did that, we would finish Tafsir ibn Kathir in 160 days, which is how long? Approximately 6 months? 5 months. About 5 months. You would get through Tafsir ibn Kathir in about 5 months if you had a program with just a small but consistent goal on a daily basis. So look, subhanAllah, if we set goals for ourselves and we have a schedule and we follow it, we stick to it, adhere to it for a long time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will aid us and we'll be able to accomplish Allah. And I'll stop there inshallah because I think the time is almost up. قولوا ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم.
طيب جزاكم الله خير Sheikh Khalid. May Allah Azza wa Jalla reward you for your lectures and reward all of you again for being part of this project. We should clean and be out from this hall 10:30, but we will not have the 30 minutes. We will have just only 20 minutes. 20 minutes to give them the gap to get out and start their cleaning in the hall. So if you have any question, just please go ahead and ask your question. The sister can text me as usual, 916-712-9044, and we are modern, alhamdulillah, and the Sheikh work with technology, with everything, alhamdulillah. So let us start inshallah with, yes. عليكم السلام. اسأل اختار الشيخ اللي انت عايزه.
سؤال الشيخ ان شاء الله. بالنسبه عندنا الكثيريه قدام اللهم صل على محمد، اللهم اجعل سيدنا محمد شفيعا لي. يعني مش الافضل الله اعلم ان الانسان يدعي انه يخش الجنه بغير حساب وعذاب الا ان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يشفع له. انا بعرف ان الرسول شفاعه الرسول تجي بعد لليل. سيئات اكثر من حسنات والله اعلم.
طيب السؤال in Arabic and translation in English that بعض كبار السن في بلادنا يدعون الله عز وجل يقولون اللهم يعني شفع بنا نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. So he is saying which is better to make this دعاء الأفضل أن نسأل هذا الدعاء أم أن نقول اللهم أدخلني الجنة من غير حساب ولا عذاب. لا شك أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنكم تسألون كريم فإذا سألتم فاسألوا الله الفردوس الأعلى. أنت تسأل كريم، تسألش واحد ما لا يملك، تسأل ملك الملوك. فإن سألت فاسأل الجنة، اسأل الفردوس الأعلى. وهذا إن شاء الله يكون أفضل، لكن شفاعة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كما هو معلوم ثابت حتى لأصحاب الكبائر من أمته. The question that some old men they have the habit to say, oh Allah allows your Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to intercede to me in the day of judgment. Is that better, this type of dua, or asking Allah to enter Al-Jannah without any punishment? I said that Allah is the most generous. And the authentic hadith, Rasulullah ﷺ said, إِذَا سَأَلْتُمُ اللَّهَ فَاسْأَلُوهُ الْفِرْدَوْسَ الْأَعْلَى. If you ask Allah, then ask Him for Al-Firdaus, the highest in Al-Jannah, because you are dealing with generous. You are dealing with the generous. So yes, your goal should be high. Don't make the dua even with the form like somebody who is hesitating, not sure about it. Make it with a firm, certain way. Oh Allah, if you wish, help me, give me, forgive. No, that's the way of dua. The dua should be firm. Allahumma ighfir li, Allahumma arhamni, Allahumma afini, whatever the form that you want to ask. Go ahead.
Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. Alhamdulillah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose us as a Muslim. I know that we as a Muslim, we must have a knowledge of our deen, of our religion, of our Quran and our hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But besides this knowledge of religion, do you think that other ulum also we need to have a knowledge of, like medicine, like physics, like chemistry, like other astronomy? Do we need this also or not?
Jazakallah khair. The questioner say that Alhamdulillah, we are a Muslim, Allah grant us, made us a Muslim, Alhamdulillah. And you mentioned in your lecture that we should have the knowledge of the deen from the Quran, the Sunnah, the Hadith, which is Alhamdulillah good. But does that mean that we should not seek another type of knowledge, like medicine, like maths, like whatever the other type of medicine? Of course, there is no contradiction in Islam between seeking these worldly knowledge and the knowledge that we are talking about. Here we are, here in this conference, because Alhamdulillah, if you look at people around you, they are not short in seeking worldly knowledge. In general, they have the medicine, the doctors, engineering, I don't know, a lot of stuff, Alhamdulillah, professionals among us, right? So there is no contradiction. Indeed, we should use whatever we have around us in this dunya to help us in the best way to worship Allah Azza wa Jalla, to use every mean and tool to be near to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Even the doctor himself, if he has the good intention while curing, while helping, while making his exams on that patient, with this good intention, he will be rewarded. But the topic here that people are focusing a lot in dunya knowledge and leaving here after marriage. So we are trying to revive, to put the thing in a balance. Dunya knowledge it's okay, it's not bad, but dunya knowledge alone will not lead you to Jannah. So you have to know the knowledge of the hereafter, the knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the knowledge of the deen of Islam, the knowledge of Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is why we are calling for this conference, because the doctor, the engineering, professor, any type of scholar in dunya issues and fields, he is a servant of Allah. He should know how to worship Allah. He should know how to perform wudu. He should know how to perform salah. He should know how to make his fasting. A lot of things becomes obligatory on him to learn. But never comes to my mind or Mashaykh mind that it's not okay to seek dunya knowledge. Never. But the topic is, because you see, and if you want to recall hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, إن الله لا يقبض العلم انتزاعا ولكن يقبضه بقبض العلماء. That Allah Azza wa Jalla will not take knowledge from the chest of people like this, but by causing the death of the scholars. حتى لا يبقى عالما واحدا. Till a time will come you will not find a scholar. فيتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا. So people will take like mashayikh or head of them ignorant. فيستفتوهم فيضل فيضلوا فيفتوهم فيضلوا ويضلوهم يعني they will be deviated and they will deviate others. Look at yourself, in your family, in your household. When we speak about the knowledge of the hereafter, what's the concern as a father? What's the concern as a mother? Do we push our kids to seek this type of knowledge or dunya knowledge? You will see that our concern, even as a parents, that one-way worldly knowledge. And this is the way how knowledge will be raised also, because you do not find a student of knowledge nowadays. So may Allah guide us to the best, inshallah. We have some questions here, 4 questions. Wa alaikum assalam. My co-worker gave me a Starbucks gift card for Christmas, and I received money from a friend for Chinese in New Year, is it permissible to spend it? There is no harm in taking these things. There is no harm. You should not pretend to go to take it or have that intention to associate in that time of celebration to take these things. But if some gifts come, some mashayikh said no harm in taking that gifts. Nothing, inshallah, will harm you. Yeah, especially if coffee and Starbucks. So bring some and give for the mashayikh, inshallah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Jazakumullahu khairan for the good reminders. My question is, should we teach everything we learn to people? Yeah, now I understand PPL. People, right? You told me this. I'm progressing, alhamdulillah. To people we know, or should wait until we learn more? Anything that you are sure about it, anything that you understand without a doubt, you can convey them. No harm on you. The most important thing, if you want to deliver a message, that you know what you are talking about. This is why some scholars said, هل يدعو الجاهل إلى الله؟ هل الجاهل يدعو الله؟ ما حكم دعوة الجاهل إلى الله؟ واجب، مسنون، مستحب؟ قالوا حرام. That an ignorant, unlearned person, can he gives da'wah to people? What's the ruling when an ignorant person gives da'wah? What's the ruling behind it? Is it wajib, obligatory, is it recommended, or it's permissible? Ulama said it is haram, because if you give da'wah without having the basis of knowledge, so you are deviating people more and more. So there is no harm in that. Another question here, can we make our dua in other language after we finish our prayer? Yes. Outside the prayer, in Urdu, Allah qabul for my head, in Cham, Semen, Kwe Kwe, it's up to you. Say in Somali, what you say, Nabed, Nabed, alhamdulillah, no harm in that. In Spanish, que Allah acepta tus oraciones, ningún problema en eso. No problem. طيب. After praying the 2 rak'ah for, no, this is not today. No, this is genuine. Okay. Is it okay to say Jumu'ah Mubarak? Yani, I do not have something from the Sunnah regarding that. I do not have anything from the Sunnah to support this. If it happens once, twice, that should not be a habit. Should not be every time you see somebody Jum'ah, bless Jum'ah, bless Jum'ah, bless Jum'ah. The same thing when we finish our prayers. تقبل الله, تقبل الله. يعني he's making taslim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum. This is not Sunnah either. So if it happens, you have to clarify in a nice way that this is not Muslim. The other question, no more question.
Explain.
طيب, what about some of the things that if you want, and we will finish with this inshallah ta'ala, unless there is some time still coming, or still we have some time. Of course, as the Sheikh mentioned, may Allah reward him, that the way of seeking knowledge should be step by step. Why? لأن طلب العلم إذا طلب العلم جملة ذهب جملة. So if you ask knowledge, you want to seek knowledge, all of it at once, suddenly, in one shot, you will leave it, you will forget it so easy in one shot. This is why Sufyan al-Thawri رحمه الله قال كنت آتي الأعمش ومنصور وأسمع 4 أحاديث ثم أنصرف كراهة أن تكثر وتتفلت أو تفلت. Sufyan, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, I used to go to Al-A'mash and Mansur, and I used to hear 4 narration max. Then I would leave out of fear to go too many narration. I forget and forget and forgetting. So it's one and by one. A man came to him. He asked him about the narration. So Sufyan answered him. Then the man asked him about another narration. So he replied to them. Then the man, he was an old man, asked him about a third question about another narration. So he responded. Sufyan responded that. Then he asked him the fourth time. فقال سفيان إنما كنت أقرأ على الشيخ الحديثين والثلاثة لم أزيد حتى أعرف العلم والعمل بها. So Sufyan told him, I used to take two narration, 2 hadith, 3 hadith from the Shaykh. I used to understand it and implement it in my life. The man sat down and started crying, that old man, because he wanted Sufyan to keep answering. Then Sufyan said to him, Subhanallah, يعني ما أخذته في 40 سنة تريد أن تأخذه في يوم. Whatever I had learned in 40 years, you want to take it just in one day? This is not the way how to seek the knowledge. Now, in a simple word, I want to be a student of knowledge. Say Ameen. May Allah make all of you a student of knowledge. So what can I do? What thing I should start? The first thing that we should put in our mind, inshallah ta'ala, حفظ النصوص. We start with some, as Sheikh Khalil said, memorizing some nusus, texts from the Quran. Whatever you can do. If you can memorize the Quran, إذا استطعت حفظ القرآن فافعل. لكن إن لم تستطع ما يسر الله لك. So you try to memorize the whole Quran, it's the best way. But should I wait till I memorize the whole Quran to seek knowledge? No. No. I will not. Don't allow the shaitan to block your path of knowledge. Now after that, whatever you memorized, الأمر الآخر افهم. مع الحفظ افهم ماذا حفظت. اقرأ بعض الأمور الميسرة بالتفاسير. With memorizing, try to understand some simple tafasir. Then tadabbur, ponder, reflect. And there are some books help you how to ponder even about the ayah. Then implement. So you see, memorize, understanding, pondering, and implementing. This is the Quran. Now, the second thing, memorizing something from the Sunnah. حفظ السنة. وهذا ينقسم إلى 4 محاور. إذا أردت أن تكون طالب علم، لابد أن تحرص على هذه المحاور ال4. Memorizing part of the Sunnah. If you want to be a student of knowledge, you have to memorize 4 types of ahadith. 4 categories of ahadith. الأول ما له علاقة بأحاديث الاعتقاد. أحاديث الاعتقاد. The hadith that speaking about beliefs. About Allah Azza wa Jal, His names and attributes, seeing Allah on the Day of Judgment, that Allah Azza wa Jal descended to the first heaven every night. Ahadith al-i'tiqad. Try to memorize 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it's up to you. It's easy. Every time you have a hadith, it will recall for another. Every time you have a hadith, it will recall for the other hadith. So try to memorize the first category, hadith al-i'tiqad, beliefs. The second category, you have to memorize something about a hadith, what we call al-manaqib, al-tarajim, al-fada'il, fada'il al-sahaba. You have to read something about the biographies of the Sahaba, the companion especially, and memorize as much as you can. The third, I know, احنا 10:30, I know, والله I know, but I will finish with this session. Jazakallahu khairan. The third category is ahadith al-ahkam. Ahadith al-ahkam. You know the ahadith regarding ruling. Now you need to pray, so you have to understand and memorize ahadith about wudu, about salah, about fasting. So try to memorize as much as you can. The fourth category, it's the hadith of manners. Manners, like truthfulness, as-sidq, like, you know, another thing like humbleness, forgiveness, whatever. So if you have these 4 categories of the Sunnah, memorizing, you will establish solid basis. Then after that, the thing that will help you a lot, inshallah, is reading some of the letters. بعض الرسائل اللي هي نسميها مقدمات, introductions. This is simple, easy, especially مقدمات الشيخ الألباني رحمه الله. عليك بها فإنها نافعة. مقدمات الشيخ الألباني. The introduction that was يعني compiled by الشيخ الألباني رحمه الله. Some of the مشايخ, they collected these مقدمات in one book. It's about 500 pages. But ما شاء الله مقدمات الشيخ الألباني. The name of the book مقدمات الشيخ الألباني. ما شاء الله. Useful. عليك به. Then مقدمات شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية. مقدمات ابن القيم. Small. ابن القيم ابن تيمية take العبودية. Especially العبودية. The letter about servitude. عبودية. It's one of the best. It's one of the best. Because here, this introduction, this letter will help you in understand the knowledge, how to go through it. Give you basis to rely and to build over it. So this is in a simple way. Sheikh Khalil give you, mashallah, how to have patience, how to stick in seeking knowledge, a lot of things. And with doing this, inshallah, having some memorization Quran, memorization of the hadith in 4 categories, then some introduction, you will see yourself when you stand to speak about a matter, mashallah ta'ala. And always with the hadith, when you memorize, always, takhrij, try to put this in your mind. Who narrate the hadith and the name of the companion at least. And may Allah Azza wa Jal make it easy for all of you. Now we are finished, inshallah. Should our ulama have some basic knowledge in science? Should they do not, we cannot say should. It's recommended, and we have, alhamdulillah, some ulama nowadays that some of them are doctors. Some of them, they are, mashallah, chemistry, I don't know how to say. Some of them are, mashallah, yani, alhamdulillah. But we have something in the religion that a lot of people, religions, they do not have. The majami' al-fiqhiyya, the complex of jurisdiction. When they sit down for a fatwa, the doctors speak first. If it is medicine, the doctors give their reports. Then after listening to the reports of the doctors, the mashayikh give the ruling and the fatwa. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khair, barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless all of you and reward all of you, inshallah ta'ala. And hopefully we'll see you, inshallah ta'ala, next Friday. Tomorrow in Davis, we have a mini conference after Maghrib. And the title, Good Life. Problems, solution, and good model, role models. So problems, solution, and role models. I have, alhamdulillah, 2 questions, but I think we are a little late. So inshallah next Friday, if I remember, I will inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah.